FuzzTalkRadio International Conglomeration Enterprises in association with FuzzJockRadio Productions does not endorse, approve, or have insider knowledge about sports betting, or any beneficial knowledge whatsoever. FuzzJock cannot be held responsible for personal decisions made up to and including sports betting, alcoholism, pregnancy, and or stock choices. Listening to FuzzJock Radio has been found to cause cancer in the state of California. Side effects include mood swings, hot flashes, cold flashes, and dizziness. If listening to FuzzJock Radio for more than 4 hours, please consult with a mortician. FuzzJock Radio is proudly produced by prison labor in the People's Republic of Transnistria.
Отправьте помощь, оказавшись в ловушке в студии подкастов.
FuzzJock Radio.
I don't have any thoughts, as it pertains to any of those kind of outside the building speculations. I just know my dialogue daily, minute to minute with Kirk, his preparation for our games, his performance so far this year. Kirk and I came into this season in complete lockstep that I wanted it to be the best season that maybe he's ever had in this league, and that's saying something with all the things that Kirk Cousins has been able to accomplish, as a quarterback in the NFL. And I think he's gone about it from the very beginning of the offseason program through training camp and each and every week as, one of our core leaders, clearly our leader on offense, from the standpoint of getting us, playing and play out to where we want to be schematically, but also just his presence, his overall positivity that he attacks everything with, unbelievable preparation and routine.
Yeah, we get it, Coach.
Whoa,
slow down. Whoa. Okay.
And he's been ultra consistent.
Yeah, Kirk's been great. Yeah, we get it, Coach. Okay. Whew, yes. Okay. Hey, whoa. Hey, everyone. We're here. How's it going? My name.
So good.
What? Oh, wait a minute. Are we getting right into it?
Yeah.
Well, I think the coach was listening to some Creed before he did that speech.
He must have.
He was pumped up.
We are FuzzJock Radio, and my name is Fuzzy. We have a Hest to my left, and their name is
J-Maz.
And then we have a Hest all the way out in California, and their name is
C-Dubs!
Oh, that was a delay on that one, C-Dubs. We left.
Oh, sorry.
I always want to double when
C-Dubs.
you say FuzzJock Radio and then say hut. I'm sorry, it's like a compulsion.
Yeah, no, I get it. That was in our first season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. The origins.
The new intros are created by our blind refs, and we love them. Thank you very much, blind refs, for doing the intros for us. And just to throw it out there, if you guys hear any audio glitches, Fuzz,
Then give us money.
give us money. Don't take a shot because we don't endorse binging, drinking. But if it's water, is it okay to binge water?
No, you can.
No, it's not really, is it?
Moderation for everything.
Yeah.
For everything?
Yeah.
I mean, you can overdose on bananas. I would say you should do everything in moderation.
What is it about bananas? You choke on it or something? Because they're
Potassium, you can have an overdose.
They're a weird shape. Well,
that too.
You can have a potassium overdose.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. Did you know that, James? You're nodding your head, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've overdosed on antihistamines before. You can definitely overdose on things you wouldn't think you could.
Ooh, that's an
the only
airplane.
overdose I've ever had.
That is an airplane. So that's not the audio glitch I was talking about.
But that's not because I'm on airplane.
You are on airplane.
I was going to ask if you have a phone on airplane.
My phone is not on airplane.
And maybe we could try that.
I'll put it on airplane because So what we're doing, what's going on is that I'm using we're on a new system.
Yeah.
And last week I thought that the audio glitch was just something in my headphones, nothing pertaining to the actual recording of it. And then we listened back, and found out that was not the case. It actually recorded the audio glitches, and it's great.
It sounds like a cool bit crusher effect.
It does. And it only happens to the to the audio that's coming out of the PC itself. Don't bite on that, dog.
Yeah. Don't.
I will bite on whatever I want.
No, you can't.
Nah.
And there's a Luna here, and she's licking my foot now, and that tickles.
So much going on.
Oh boy, I thought we were gonna get right into it, but I guess we're not.
Why not?
How's
it going? Let's just go and be like, how's it going with each other? Let's do that part.
Yeah, we gotta do that part.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's normally the way we start the episodes.
Yeah, we get around in a circle and go like, how's it going?
And then we get into some sports because this is a sports podcast, not a overdose podcast.
Correct.
Potassium overdosing specifically.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Can you imagine a podcast like that?
Yeah, no.
Maybe we should start finding people that have overdosed on potassium and talk to their families about the effects of too many bananas.
I like the conversations that could be started with that.
Yeah.
Because who knows where they could go?
I mean, I bet we could find at least one family that's like, yeah, Billy just loved bananas, and we told him you can't eat so many, but he did not listen and then overdose. But Billy loved bananas.
Whenever I think of a situation like that, it reminds me of that episode of what was it, Magic School Bus, where the kid ate too many orange Cheetos and his skin turned orange.
I've never
and
heard
then
of
they
that.
had to break down the science of that in his body. You guys remember that one? No,
I do not remember that.
It's like the best episode.
No. I've seen that happen to someone with carrots, though, before.
Yeah. That can, dude, moderation. Got to do everything in moderation.
This is a moderation podcast.
It's a moderation podcast.
Is there anything that you can take in excess and not worry about it? There
marijuana.
There might be something.
Marijuana.
Happiness.
Happiness is good.
Maybe.
You might.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's,
What about tangible things?
You know
Anyway,
what? You know what? I would like to put a pin in that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
we should.
You know, where is that button?
Where are the pins? Where are those pins? I think there's a jar of pins right over there.
Let's
grab
put
that from
a
J
pin
Mez?
in it. We're gonna put a pin
to the board.
Putting a pin in the topic. Looking up to see if there's anything that you don't have to worry about taking in excess.
A pin in it.
That's what we're
Put a
gonna
pin
do.
in it.
Okay. So now that we put a pin in that, we can go to what? How was your week, James?
I don't talk about it. JK. Let's
Oh.
do it. Well, my week was it was all right. You know, having a little bit more time to myself. We got a different schedules going on in my life, and yeah. So opening some things up, doing oh man, I got really good at this mobile game. Nah, just kidding.
Okay.
Which one? Is
There's
it
a lot of
Angry
mobile-
Birds 5?
There's a lot of mobile games out there. You know that. James and I just found this thing called Pico 8, where we can play a lot of mobile indie games, 8-bit games. It's pretty cool. C-Dubs. How's
My
your
week,
week?
let's see here. They had Spirit Day at work, so we got free boba, and me and my buddy at work went to the photo booth and took some silly pictures of us drinking our boba.
You get
And,
free boba for Spirit Day?
Because it's the theme of the day is purple. Everyone wears purple because it's also Spirit Day is like anti-bullying and like protecting LGBTQ plus community.
Oh, that's cool.
And others from bullying, and so everything's purple. So they got purple boba for us all.
So
We had a whole boba bar.
Spirit like team spirit, spirit like ghost spirits, or spirits like alcohol spirits?
Positive spirits, like team spirit, positivity, that type of thing. It was great. I actually kind of liked it as well. We have a lot of weird days like that. We get like ice cream and stuff, but that was one of my favorites because it was just like, let's all be positive to each other, drink boba, take pictures, and have a good day.
Yeah, it sounds
was
great. Whoever's in charge of putting those days together, let them know that Fuzzy says good job. They're doing a good job.
I'll tell Chad.
Thank you.
But so we had that, and then doing other stuff at work. We've been busy because it's inventory, so we have to count everything in the stadium, which takes time. But it's been a good week because we've all been sharing albums with each other. Like, hey, you listen to this, I'll listen to this one, and talking about them.
Okay.
So it's been a lot of music talk.
That's
Then
pretty
I got
cool.
suggested to watch a music documentary, which I watched this weekend and was obsessed with. It's like the best thing I've ever seen. It's called The Defiant Ones. You should all check it out. Not sponsored.
Oh.
And then today I had jury duty.
What?
Oh, wow.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, you got to do your
Well-
civic duty.
I tried to, but then when I walked in, I saw a sign that said long-haired freaky people need not apply. And then they were like, yeah, you better turn around and leave. So I got home, but not too long after I went there.
Did you tap the sign before you left?
They tapped the sign at me. I was going to be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, buddy, can you read?
Well, the signs are everywhere.
They're everywhere, man. Those signs.
Stop.
No, just kidding. I didn't get called up, so it was all good. It was an easy day. But yeah, I've been enjoying life as of late, and I look forward to more life enjoyment in the future. How about you, Fuzz? How was your week?
I'm gonna remind you guys that if I end up having to walk away from the microphone, just keep the conversation going and don't stop it. Because we didn't actually have any pre-show talk.
Yeah, we didn't do our normal huddle. I wanted to say also, shout out Greg and Sarah. Thanks for tuning in. Those are my neighbors who are Vikings fans.
Hello,
Greg is
Greg.
from Minnesota, so shout out.
Very cool.
They're tuned in.
Oh, they are. Oh,
I love
boy.
shout-outs.
Hopefully it sounds okay. If it doesn't sound okay, don't just tell Charles that it sounds okay. Be truthful with them and say, hey, we can't hear you.
Yeah, please do. Please let us know. Here we go.
Yeah.
And we are ready for some football. The Minnesota Vikings just won Monday Night Football, which makes Monday Night Football fucking fantastic again, right?
Curse is broken.
Whoa.
Curse is broken. Man.
Make Monday Night Football great again. All you need is the Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers, I guess, right?
Well, that's not all you need.
Oh,
I think there's
what
a
else do you need?
special ingredient to success going on here. If you get my drift.
I get your drift. I think it's I'm gonna welcome your idea with arms wide open.
Yes.
And why don't you take the audience higher with your thoughts on this? What do you think that ingredient is?
Obviously it's greed, and
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised that. Well, it's probably because they're keeping it a little secret that you don't really hear about it much anymore. Is that they found the secret to success and they don't want to brag about it and let it get out that listening to Creed means awesome. So we're kind of ruining it by talking about it. Maybe.
Hey, I will say that they're smart about it too, because they don't, like we've been saying, they keep it in moderation. They don't listen to it the whole time. They listen to one Creed song, so that probably helps too. That they're not like
Moderation.
wearing it out, Make it special.
Creed in moderation is the is the key to the Vikings season.
That's the key. Yes.
Creed and moderation, or moderation of Creed?
Yeah, Creed in moderation is the key to Vikings season success.
You think so?
Yeah, you quote me on that.
Are you guys saying that they didn't play Creed tonight? They played it last week and didn't play it tonight?
No, what we're saying is they only play one song, so they're not playing it out. Like if they listen to a whole album, that might ruin it. So they just play the one. Make it special.
Sorry.
And then they,
that makes sense. That totally makes sense. They won. I just can't believe it. They almost did the Vikings thing, and they missed the last field goal, which made it so the 49ers could have just scored a touchdown and won at the last minute, but
Could have, didn't.
We got a interception there, and Kirk also, just gonna say, was great tonight.
He's ruining. He's taken back that the criticism that people used to say about he can't win in big games or spotlights or prime time.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest games.
He's had like a terrible record on Monday Night Football, and he looked fantastic. Other than the first drive, I mean, he looked phenomenal. He got out of situations I thought he was on the ground, and then he stepped forward and threw the ball, and I was like, wait, he's not sacked yet?
Yeah.
They didn't even sack him once. They never sacked him this game. The 49ers defense did not sack Kirk Cousins once.
And I was going to mention about that. That also gives credit to the O-line must have stepped up really well, too.
The O-line. I know what that means.
So it's not just Kirk. I mean, it's great that Kirk's looking good because Kevin O'Connell absolutely believes in him. But we also have to give credit to that O-line for keeping Kirk protected more than they have in the past.
Yeah.
Right?
I was going to say...
Yeah, I mean, they... Go ahead.
Just in recent games, I didn't catch this one. I think I caught last week's game, but just seeing... I feel like Kirk always relies very heavily on his O-line. Just move the ball, man.
What's also really nice is you're absolutely right.
Is that a dumb take?
No, it goes right along with what I was going to it goes right into what I was going to say, that he also really relies on like 1 or 2 receivers. And since Justin Jefferson is out, and then also Addison got hurt for a little while, he couldn't rely on them. So he had to pass the ball around and had to make quicker decisions than he used to in the past, because before he would just wait for Jefferson to open up, which would mean that he'd have to wait on the old, or rely on the old line to give him time for Justin to open up. Now it was like, hey, we got to get this out, like you were saying.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Seems better when he moves quicker.
Yeah.
Because he utilized Hawkinson. He utilized people whose names I'd never even heard. He was doing smart passes to the running backs instead of just check down tackled. He actually made a couple plays where that's like, oh no, that's the best decision right now.
Yeah.
So he's the tight end, running back, second and third wide receiver, and then Addison too. He fucking, he didn't rely on him, but Addison came through every time he got the ball, which is just phenomenal for that rookie. Like, he's stepping up. It's great to see. In fact, he got over 100. I think he's got 120 yards today, including him getting taken out of the game, brought to the locker room, and came back.
That's dope. That's really cool.
Where did Kirk Cousins come from?
He was drafted by the Washington. Well, they weren't called the Washington football team at that time, but the Washington football team.
I thought it was the 49ers, maybe.
After they draft in the same draft that they got RG3. So they drafted 2 high-level quarterbacks in the same draft.
Huh. Wow. And RG3 is not even around anymore.
Nope.
And Kevin O'Connell is on that Washington football team as well, right?
What?
He was on the Rams coaching staff, but he could have been maybe.
No, I don't know.
No, Shanahan was.
No. What I'm asking is, what I'm trying to say is that I thought the Washington football team was the one that they were on, that he coached Kirk. But no, you're saying it's the Rams.
Well, he came from the Rams when we got him, but yes, he might have actually been on the coaching staff in that situation. Yeah, that's probably true. I didn't know that.
No, I don't know that either. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not saying that.
It was.
You're not listening to me. What I'm saying is, what I said was that O'Connell was on the Washington football team along with Kirk, and then you said, "Oh, I didn't know that." I said, "No, I don't know that." I didn't. I forgot that he was on the Rams. No, and it's the Rams that they were on together, not the Washington football team.
I didn't know any of that.
But Kirk was never on the Rams.
Kirk was never on the Rams?
No, only
then what the fuck's going on?
Was he with the 49ers?
But didn't O'Connell and Kirk work together at one point in their history of playing football?
Not that I didn't know that, but if they did, it would have been on the Washington football team.
That's why they got O'Connell in the first place, so he could work with Kirk
again.
See, I didn't know that. That's amazing, because I thought they just got him because he was the offensive coordinator for the Super Bowl winning Rams.
You didn't? Neither of you knew that?
I didn't know they ever played for the Rams together.
What the fuck? Who am I?
Because even weirder, Kirk almost went to the 49ers because the coach there was on the Washington football team as well.
Okay, so
I knew it.
What is going on here?
I knew there was the 49ers connection. That's what I was trying to get at.
I think we're going.
There's connections everywhere.
I think we're going through a Mandela effect or something right now.
Whoa.
Yeah. No.
Was Kirk on the Rams?
No. He was only on the Washington football team. He got fed up with them not trusting and believing him. That's why the "you like that" came from. And then when they had the chance to sign him, he refused to and signed with the Vikings.
If we have video right now, you would see my head just shaking.
No.
I don't know what's going on here anymore. Don't look it up.
I know what's going on.
Don't look it up.
See, this is what I was asking, is that Kirk Cousins almost played for the 49ers, so because he was playing the 49ers today, he just wants to show off a lot, because he's like, look what you did now, because you didn't sign me, I gotta perform extra well.
They were also talking about how, where's his hometown? Because he was talking about before the game, if he wins this game, he can go home and walk in the streets and not in the alleys.
Yeah, he probably wants to move to California, right?
I think he's from California.
Oh.
So
he's trying to show off and get signed by the 49ers.
Kirk Cousins in Washington when he was the quarterback coach at that time. So that's where that comes from.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't. I
knew that.
I didn't know that I knew that. That you didn't know that. You know, I didn't know. I'm sorry that I got so worked up.
So good. I love that. I actually love that you knew that. And then that also means that the connection is deeper than I thought with the 49ers, the Washington team, and the Vikings, because I thought this was a whole whirlwind that just adds another piece to the puzzle with O'Connell being connected too.
Yeah.
Like that's
no.
wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's the entire reason why we got O'Connell. You guys ready to move on?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just want to point out one last thing.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Addison was the third Vikings wide receiver to put up 100 yards on Monday Night Football. The other two being Justin Jefferson and Randy Moss.
Oh wow,
That's-
good for
yeah.
him.
Good company. I think as a rookie too. I think that's the other part of the stat. As a rookie,
Good for him.
go rookies.
That is a wonderful thing.
They're basically Goku, Gohan, and Goten.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There you go.
Look out for Vegeta.
FuzzJock Radio.
The NBA theme, here's an idea, it goes like this.
FuzzJock Radio.
Nice.
Might as well do both of them.
Oh, dude, I remember now.
For the longest time when we first got this, I thought this was Johnson singing this until I saw the SNL skit. And I'm like, oh,
I thought the same thing.
this is just an SNL skit. I had no idea.
FuzzJock Radio.
Give credit where credit's due. It's like, you know, that whole being a cover band and not telling people which of your songs are your songs and which ones are not.
Dude, I just had a huge conversation about that with my wife, and then was looking up a whole bunch of like, what are some of the greatest examples of this? Dude, I couldn't believe some of the ones I didn't know were covers. Like you'd never get it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so weird that people don't credit those because the style my band always did. That was like a focal point of our thing is to always credit where we're covering from.
It
it's so weird.
confuses me, and when I get confused, I get mad. Yeah, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. I mean, I don't get mad, you know. I just kind of move on and don't care. Basketball. Timberwolves. They just signed somebody really awesome. Somebody that just grew 6 inches over the summer.
Someone named best defensive player.
Someone with very, very long arms.
Someone.
Jordan McDaniels.
Is now $136 million richer.
Jaden McDaniels. How much? How much did they sign him for?
$136 million.
Hey,
Ooh. For how many years? 5 years, I think, until 2030.
5 years, yes.
nice.
Yeah. So
He's a good player.
he's a really good player. It's awesome that they have the
crew
the
looking around, communicating.
what's the word I'm looking for? They're impressed with Jaden. They have the confidence in Jaden. They trust. They trust in Jaden. You know.
Yeah.
To give him that much money for them those many years. And yeah, I mean he's worth it. He's one of the best defensive players out there.
He's a great player to lock down. He's very young too.
His uncles are really big star players as well from back in the day basketball. I can't remember their names, but I'll remember them in the future.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
No, but so he has a lot of like knowledge. You know, that's what I'm saying. He has a lot of basketball knowledge from his uncles that teach him basketball. You know, and he's surrounded by basketball, and he's a good player. And I'm excited to watch them play. Did we ever figure out when their season starts? Did it start yet?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We figured it out.
We did figure it out.
Absolutely, we figured it out.
That is amazing. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
we're
something to
amazing.
look forward to. We'll watch Dynamite, AEW Dynamite, and Timberwolves basketball. That's
Yes,
gonna
they're
be
on at the same time.
exactly the same time.
Ooh. Dual stream.
Timberwolves start a half hour before.
Oh, sweet.
Dual streaming.
They're in Toronto, so they will be north of you.
Okay.
in Canada.
So, the WNBA just went through some championships.
They finished their finals.
They finished, and who won?
It was
Jameis.
the reigning champs, the Vegas Aces.
Oh,
Ever heard of them?
Right.
yeah, they got that new bubble that they get to play in.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that Vegas bubble?
Dude, that thing that we predicted
should play in
about
that,
Philadelphia is actually happening in Vegas.
Yep. Yep. I think you're right. The apocalypse starts in Vegas, and I don't know why we didn't
Dude,
that
I'm
up.
gonna call it right now. The Athletics World Series next year.
the
If
Las
that
Vegas
happened,
Athletics.
imagine how
or whatever
fucking
they get
weird that
called.
would be.
Yeah.
Like didn't the Twins do that though in '90? Or weren't we the worst team in baseball? And then in '91 we won the World Series.
Yeah, both Twins and Braves that year were worst to first.
Yeah, that's why it was such
worst
a
to first.
special season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome.
But Liberty lost to the Aces, and Greg Popovich, the coach of the Spurs, the coach of the Aces came from his coaching staff. And so when he had a post-game interview, he sat down and said, "Listen, I don't got much time. I want to go celebrate. Ask your questions quick because I'm getting out of here and I'm going to go party," because he wanted to celebrate for his friend. And the people actually almost didn't ask him any. They were like, "Oh, okay," and respected it. And were like, "Yeah, go have fun."
Okay, yeah.
He
fair
got
enough.
asked
Did you
two questions.
since you live so close to the bubble in Vegas? Have you gone and seen it yet?
No, but I have a friend who's just in Vegas, and I looked at her pictures of her, like,
She was looking over her shoulder in her picture at her hotel, and you could see the bubble in the background. It was like staring at her.
Wow.
Because it has a face on it sometimes, and it watches the train go by and like looks at events happening around it. So it looked like it was looking at her. It was very funny.
Oh,
That's so weird. That's so weird. Okay.
Have you seen the inside of it? What it looks like?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's weird.
That thing's weird. I love it.
It sounds like no bubble I've ever heard of.
Ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
Well, you know the joke.
Yeah.
Man, am I going to go the whole season saying this joke?
No,
No?
I hope not.
I can. If
We
I
can
want,
make
if
a
I
new
really
joke.
wanted to. Well, do we have a new joke made up?
Yeah,
for it?
watch.
Okay.
Check it. Baseball,
It's not fun again.
but
in
it's cool
Minnesota.
because it's got a great team.
It's winter coming.
We're looking at the off season.
Winter's
and,
coming. I don't know where we're going.
Winterfest.
with this.
Winterfest.
I don't know.
Winterfest.
It's coming soon to a theater near you.
We'll go see
in-
some Twins. Royce Lewis.
Are we gonna do that this year? Actually,
I think
we
so.
totally forgot last year.
Yeah, I don't know what days are days,
I don't know.
but somehow they all rhyme. Who figured that out?
Baseball. Is the World Series going on still?
Oh, we're almost there.
It's coming up.
Well, we're not even at the World Series
Almost
yet.
there.
No. All
Holy
the LCSs
goodness.
have gone to 7 games, and one of them wrapped up today.
Out of how many games?
7.
7.
Yeah.
So there were 14 possible, and there will be 14 played.
That's a lot of.
And then the World Series starts, which will go to 7 as well, if possible. It has the ability to go to 7. So we'll see.
to go into November baseball?
Yeah, I don't like that name. That's a thing now, but whatever. It is what it is.
Are you kidding me? Ew.
I did want to point out.
Well, at least one of the teams
Has it never
was
got?
That's what I
guaranteed
wanna
to
point
be
out
in
about that team.
Texas.
So the team that knocked us out, those asshole Astros, the Asterix, were knocked out of the playoffs and put in, and they don't get to go to the World Series because the Twins exist. What do you think of that?
Yep. Yeah, check it.
Because the Twins moved from DC to Minnesota, and then the second time the Senators started, they were gifted a team again, so then they became the Senators. They left again and became the Texas Rangers.
Yep.
And the Texas Rangers beat the Astros today in Game 7.
I see where you're going with
So-
that.
So
I was
because
lost.
the
Senators-
Twins left DC, we got revenge.
Yeah.
I was very lost there for a second, but then I got back on the road after you mentioned that. That's,
Yeah.
I took a detour doing that.
I didn't know that the Rangers were playing Houston.
Yeah, the ALCS was Texas and Texas.
Wow.
Yeah. So the World Series was guaranteed to have some games in, the South, warmer climate, at least for November. But, I say the Senators win is a Senators win. So basically the Twins are in the World Series.
Question.
Oh, shout out Mitch Garver.
Oh, good.
Yes, Garver's on the
Mitch
Rangers.
Garver.
What's up, Fuzz?
Man, we need that.
Oh, yeah.
We need that sound clip that we could look back at our players, because that Mitch Garver used to be a player on the Twins.
Bomba Squad legend Mitch Garver.
Bomba Squad legend, and he is going to win the World Series. That's amazing.
Twins win.
Twins win all around. What was I going to say?
This is big, though. Astros were the reigning champs.
Yeah, that's right. We can knock them off their pedestal, and then we don't have to worry about going against them next year and saying that we're going against two-time world champs. If they became the two-time world champs, can you imagine how hard it would be to beat them?
Yeah,
the third year.
I hate them even more,
because for them to get a three-peat would be even easier than if they just won one.
Well, here's what's even not only were they reigning champs, but they had played in how many consecutive World Series? So like they hadn't lost the ALCS for at least 3 or 4 years, right?
I think the only one they missed was 2020, right?
Yeah.
Because they lost, then they won, and then they won the one before that. 2018 too. 2018. I don't know, whatever.
Jingle is. It's time for the
Fuzz question of the week.
This is the Fuzz question of the week, and this is when I ask a question, and they have to answer the question with what they think. And we don't extrapolate. We don't talk about why they think the things that they think. We just move on, right?
Yeah.
So the
we don't extrapolate. We don't boviate.
Is boviate a word?
Bloviate.
Yeah,
bloviate.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
That's what I meant.
We're not we're not a dictionary podcast. So
we don't fenestrate.
The Fuzz question of the week is: has there ever been, is it a new thing to have the World Series in November? C-dubs.
Yes-ish.
J-Mez.
I say it depends on your definition of November.
And that is your
Fuzz question of the week.
And moving on. Are we done with baseball? Should we move on to another topic?
There's still one more series.
Oh.
Diamondbacks and Phillies haven't wrapped up. That's got to be played tomorrow.
Game 7 tomorrow.
Game 7
Diamondbacks and Phillies.
Who do you want to win?
Phillies.
Really? The Phillies.
At least then we have two superstar-filled teams. I don't like the Phillies at all, but
that's true.
The Rangers have tons of stars.
Oh, no.
And
I just thought why it's awesome because friggin' Caveman is on the Phillies. Jake Cave.
Oh,
Twins legend, Jake
Twins
Cave.
Legend, yeah.
So the Twins versus the Twins.
Sweet.
Yeah. Phillies basically the Twins.
Okay, so go Phillies is what we're saying.
Weirdest part is that no team has won at home yet in this LCS. So that's there
really?
We go.
Interesting.
The home team.
The away team always wins.
Yep.
Or has
so
won
far
this whole series. Nice. I don't think that's happened, huh?
Yeah, to my knowledge, that's never happened, and we'll see tomorrow. If the Diamondbacks win, then that means not a single team in the LCSs that was home won. Every away team won every game. But we'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll decide if that happens or not. So here we go.
Okay.
So anyway, let's do the next thing.
Yeah, that's baseball.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know?
Hockey.
Grill crap is off.
Oh boy.
In hockey news, I took my nephew to his hockey practice at the Civic Center today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
Ooh, stepping up.
you got to skate on really a big ice rink. It's a really big ice rink.
Yeah, high ceilings.
Yeah, high ceilings.
Cool looking stuff
Did they
on
have
the
the
walls.
blimp that drops prizes?
No, it was just practice. It was just practice.
Oh,
I mean, it was just
we're talking practice.
What kind of practice doesn't have prizes?
Pee-wee league, too, you know.
Sheesh. How do you motivate people to practice without prizes?
Yeah, you get treats all the time, right? Just like my dog. Hockey, other than that, hockey started.
Yep. And the Wild are 5 games in.
5 games in.
They've won 2 Yep, they've won 2 games. They've lost 2 games. Or they've lost 2 games in regulation, and they've lost 1 game in overtime. So
okay,
2-2-1.
2-2-1. So basically, they're the best team out there right now.
I've heard. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
The news on the street. If you haven't heard,
The games have been fun to watch, which I haven't seen at all. But I bet you that they've been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Especially with Kaprizov and the other Suter. Is Suter on the team still?
No. Suter plays for the Islanders, I think.
Okay.
Now.
Johansson.
They on the team now still? Or how about?
It was a guy from.
Should we have next week? Maybe have
Hamlin.
Hamlin. How about the Hamlin?
There's some player from Hamlin.
Or who? How about that one guy, Dumba? Is Dumba still on the team?
No.
Maybe next week we should have a player list of the Wild hockey, and maybe we should all
need
watch.
to educate ourselves.
Maybe we should watch a game. Maybe we should watch a game.
I mean, I've heard of.
I mean, I
love
love
that
hockey
because I have been watching them, but I haven't been paying attention to who's on the team.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
I don't have the sound on when I watch it, so I just see what's happening and then look back down.
Yeah.
Well, it's a team sport, so you don't really need to.
It's all about
concentrate
the team.
on the
There's no
players.
I in team.
Yeah. There is no I in team.
Yeah.
No. It's spelled T-E-A-M, not T. I don't even know how you would spell team with an I.
T-E-I-M.
T-I-E.
No, that's not even right. That's not even team anymore.
T-I-M.
That's not even team anymore because team isn't spelled with an I.
Yeah,
Right.
If you spell it wrong, though, you can.
Okay. So hockey, that's about all we have for hockey.
That's
right?
about it.
Right? Okay.
I'm sorry.
You guys ready to go to other sports?
Ready
to go to other sports?
That was so much fun.
Ping pong.
Is pickleball skiing?
What is the highest level of car racing called?
Curling.
Other sports? Acro yoga?
Agro yoga?
Acro, like acrobatic.
It is a fusion of tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
What sport starts with a tip-off?
Basketball.
Basketball. Correct. Other sports?
It's a very social game.
I like hockey.
Like
I'll tell you, I do like
You have
hockey.
to hit the ball.
Other sports
I don't have
topics.
anything
wrong
So
with
are
it.
there
It's just I have
multiple
been busy
major leagues?
taking my
Torture soccer game in Dallas, in Paris, in California, in England.
go up to a soccer game and be in the sports section.
Teach them how to play pickleball.
Why not?
Free lessons when I come up.
How many clubs can a golfer have
See
in the
thubs.
big? I like
Tiger
hockey.
Woods.
I'm telling you.
Might as well tune out now
because I don't have.
We'll get you to some Mavericks games, then we'll start covering them.
Yeah, that'd
then
be
you
fun.
Can really
Let's
get
put
into it.
a pin in it.
Yeah,
Pin it up
let's
to the
put a
board.
pin in
Put
it.
a pin in the topic, and then we're gonna wait until we actually talk.
Yeah, we'll
to
do
you.
that.
There we go.
Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Go to some Maverick games. Talk about it. Oh, I forgot. I met the MSU Maverick basketball coach today.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, who was that?
But we're not talking about
Are they
basketball
cool?
anymore. Yeah, he's
Other
cool.
sports.
He's all about family and connecting the teammates to him and his wife. It's all about showing the guys okay. So he talked about how some of the guys don't have father figures. And so hopefully he can kind of be that father figure for some of them, and then has his wife come around to the practices and on team trips and stuff to show him what a connected husband and wife team can be like, because a lot of these kids come from broken homes, and he takes all these basketball players out to supper and stuff with him and his wife, and just provide a family base instead of it just being about basketball.
Is he Christian Cage?
You know, he could be.
He might be Christian Cage.
C-Dubs looks like he has something to say about that.
That's really cool because I can't remember who it was, but there was a coach who had a lot of success who literally did a similar thing. His wife was very much the mother to a lot of the players, and he was like a father, and like they could come over for dinner. Like they literally after games would like go up and hug his wife, and like, thank her, and he wasn't just him. So that's really cool because that's a great method of coaching.
It's
to
like
a family.
It's like a family, and
yeah,
you know, he's like, you know, I'm all up in their business and know exactly what's going on in their lives all the time. You know, I'm calling, I'm wondering what's going on because I want them to be able to graduate as well, and I want them to not just because he's like, in all reality, maybe 10% of these kids, maybe actually 5% of these people make it to the pros and make it you know, a bunch of money. And he's like, and right now they're dealing with the aspect of the rules changing for the NCAA. I mean, the Mavericks don't have to deal with this, but with the NCAA, well, they do kind of have to deal with it, even though they're not paying their players. That now with the NCAA rules changes about being able to pay college players, players are being offered millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to go play at Duke or Penn State. And there's this portal that they created, that
transfer portal.
Anytime during the season, Duke could be like, hey, player that we see playing for MSU is really good. We'll give you $100,000 to come play for Penn State. And they'll just, in the middle of the season, can just leave. And he said that some of these players, there's a couple players that have moved 5 times to 5 different schools in the 5 years of them being in college.
What?
And he's like, how can any of them graduate?
Yeah.
How can you even concentrate on schooling if you're moving to a different school every year?
Well, if a school is literally paying them to be there, like,
they're not in school anymore.
They're not really in school.
Yeah,
right?
That's a shame.
Like, someone's seeing to it that that's not a problem.
It's a business.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and so it's really messy.
Interesting.
And then he also brought up later on, like, imagine that locker room and how you deal with people being like, knowing that I'm making nothing when this other person's making 100,000, another person's making 5,000, and another person's making 20,000. You know, how does that conversation work in the locker room as well? You know, because it has nothing to do about full talent or how good they are on the team. It's about an advertiser paying them to play for a team that they want them to play for.
Now they're a product.
Yeah, it's just the name. It's the image.
That's wild. It's going to fit right in with sports betting. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Money, and what do you call it? Late stage capitalism and advertising and all that stuff, and bringing to you FuzzTalkShop.com. If you want to help support us and not keep the advertisers at bay, go to FuzzTalkShop.com and purchase a couple t-shirts or a hoodie. That money goes directly back into Fuzz Talk Radio to make sure that the lights stay on. I don't really sell a whole lot. It's just basically out of my pocket, but it doesn't matter. And you don't need to buy shit for us to keep on doing what we love to do.
Yeah, we could start fires for light too.
No, I'm not going to start a fire.
You know, candles. I meant.
Okay.
He didn't start the fire.
You just have candles. Okay. Like, it's fine. We can produce light.
So other sports topics, right? That's where we're at.
Oh, other sports topics.
Smash.
Yeah.
The Big House 11 happened last night.
Yeah, at the Big House, Michigan. That's what they call the University of Michigan, right?
The Big House?
The Big House.
C-Dubs, we're asking you. The Big House in
C-Dubs
Michigan?
knows all about it.
That's the college.
There's a bunch of schools in Michigan. I don't know that
you
one.
are our expertise on college campus
No, Andy's
life.
the expert.
Oh.
I'm the.
No, that's Andy from
I'm
Andover.
the
Andy from Andover.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
that
I'm
came
pretty
at
sure
ya.
you have Michigan somewhere in Michigan is
The Big House.
The Big House.
Absolutely. That sounds.
But the Big
I
House
think that
is
sounds
11.
Right. Big
That
House
means
11.
this is the 11th in a yearly series of Super Smash Brothers Major. So predominantly not other fighting games, so just Super Smash Brothers. They played Super Smash Brothers Melee as well as the contemporary Super Smash Brothers Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch.
And how did it go? What was it like?
Oh man,
pretty awesome.
Well, we tuned into it, me and Fuzzy, because there was something I saw really interesting on the screen when I pulled it up on the streamer app website. Was that I was watching Super Smash Brothers and the finals. I think it was like loser finals, loser finals, right before grands, and I was watching Sonic the Hedgehog and Minecraft Steve
in the finals of Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And then we were watching Minecraft Steve versus Minecraft Steve.
Yeah.
In
so grand
the finals
finals
of Super Smash Brothers was Minecraft.
Yes.
And these characters, when they're playing Minecraft, they have to dig up resources so they can create things to throw at the enemies, like create a cart or an anvil or blocks to jump up on, and like Minecraft. It's wild. So there's a couple times where both players are not even fighting each other. They're just digging into the ground. And this is Super Smash Brothers that we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's bonkers. It's mind bending.
Yeah.
I'm most confused because neither of those are Nintendo properties.
Exactly. That's the thing.
That's the fun part.
So Super Smash Brothers over the last couple years have been bringing in other characters from other properties.
Yeah, and in the latest, so
they like have
one.
Sonic,
There's a lot of
Minecraft,
extra characters. Pac-Man's now there. Snake from Metal Gear.
So it's becoming like Capcom versus Marvel.
Yeah, a little bit. Ryu and Ken from Street Fighter are in there.
Yep. And they all have their own like special abilities.
And that was the cool thing is like it was.
So this
basically
the Smash Brothers Forbidden Door has been opened, right?
100%.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, and they're all pretty balanced. Other than people say that Minecraft Steve is a bit OP, but.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's balanced where all these characters are balanced enough that they can fight each other, and it'll be a good fight. Sonic
cool.
versus Sonic versus Ryu.
Might be a good one.
Man.
Not as good as Sonic and Minecraft.
I'm way behind on Smash.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and the Melee did happen earlier, and I missed that, but I did rewatch it, and there was one by Mr. Cody Schwab. Sponsored by Eggdog, not actually his sponsor, but shout out to Cody Schwab and esports teams that should fucking sponsor him because he literally just won the Big House 11 after being sent to losers bracket really early, and basically his losers run was like just the top 5, top 12 seeds of the whole tournament, and got to grands. And reset the bracket and then 3-0'd.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good for him.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
He had a sponsorship. Actually, Eggdog sponsored like half of the top 20 for just specifically this tournament to get a bunch of top players there.
Is Gustavus's esports team play Smash? Do you know? Anyone know? No.
I don't know.
I know they have an
to.
esports team at Gustavus.
We have to look into that again, I think.
You know, I actually was a co-founder of the first Smash Club at Gustavus.
For real?
Really?
Yeah, for real. Me and
my brother-in-law worked on
my
helping
three
to get the esports thing up and running too, and he was there a bit. He like helped them because it was a very small group of people working on it, and he was like, "Okay, I'll help."
Yeah. I mean, the current iteration of their team isn't connected to us, because like what we had maybe lasted another year or two and then died out. But
okay,
yeah,
that's cool. I'm glad they have it
now.
though. Like people are doing this stuff. Let's take people
It's
together.
fun.
You know.
Yeah. And
like it.
I want to shout out also that the player who took second place, Plup, who made it to grands on the winner's side, doing it without like really competing for any big tournaments, just like really only kind of picking out some super majors and not like going for burnout and like, you know, not being as active as a lot of these other players that are literally grinding every day on stream or online tournaments. And he proved that he's got what it takes, and you don't have to have that lifestyle necessarily. And he just went all the way to grands on winner's side.
That's cool.
And played really well. And yeah, it was awesome.
Shows that anyone can do this if they enjoy and play. You know, they don't have to grind and be in every tournament. You know, you can pick your shots as long as you think you're up to the task. You know,
if you're at that, I mean, he's a tough
that's what I'm saying.
player.
If you're at, but if you play enough to get to that
privilege.
level, you don't gotta fucking be like some of the golfers who play in every single tournament all the time. It's like, dude, you can calm down. You're pretty good. Calm down. Enjoy your family for a while.
I don't know. I don't know how many smashers play golf, but there's something. Have you heard of like chess boxing?
Chess boxing?
Yeah. I think this is a thing that smashers
Yeah, I've heard of
smashers
chess
do.
boxing.
Chess boxing?
That's what Wu-Tang does.
Really?
Yeah.
And
yeah, chess boxing.
There might also be smash boxing where they like play Smash Bros. And box.
Huh.
But I think it's like they
I
play
wouldn't
chess
think
and
there'd
box.
be a connection.
Okay.
Yeah, chess boxing. That's another sport for sure, dude.
Yeah.
This is the place to talk about. This is the place to talk about chess boxing.
And we should look that up too.
We're your
It's
chess
apparently a
boxing
thing, yeah.
show of record.
And probably has a connection with Smash Bros. Somehow.
Did you see this weekend that there was some wrestling pay-per-view going on? One of the smaller companies.
AEW? I didn't see that.
No, Impact, which was formerly TNA, had Bound for Glory.
Yeah, Impact.
Bound for Glory.
Yep.
That's where Will Ospreay had a match.
And now they will be back to TNA. They've changed their name back to the original name. They're going to be Total Nonstop Action Sports.
They are. Really?
Dude,
They announced it at the thing. Yeah, they're going back to TNA. Rebranding.
They announced it at the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Scott D'Amore, the owner, booker, manager, whatever, announced it. Which I think is actually a good idea. Like,
do you think
why,
they're going to bring...
why was it Impact anyway?
Do you think that they're going to bring... Well, because TNA, a lot of people think of the other, not Total Nonstop Action. They
That's
think
true.
of tits and ass, which is what it used to be.
What's that?
That's kind of what the original bit was.
Yeah, that's what the original bit
joke.
was. So they were trying to get away. I can totally see why they were trying to get away from that. You know, so Impact sounds more professional than tits and ass wrestling, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
But no, it's going back to Total Nonstop Action
Wrestling.
Mm-hmm. And that's where Don Callis is from. Is that not?
Oh.
I mean, Don Callis is from everywhere, but yes, he worked heavily in TNA, especially back in the early days. I mean, he worked in ECW, TNA. I don't think he's ever worked for WWE though. So he did New Japan. He's done a lot. He's a true, jack of all, Don of all trades when it comes to wrestling.
Don of all heat.
Yeah.
Don of all heat.
Don of all heat for sure. They had though at the pay-per-view, they had the Call Your Shot, which is basically their Royal Rumble kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like a mixture of Royal Rumble / Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Call Your Shot for a championship, and in it, there were a lot of surprise entrants, including Juventud Guerrero, who is the person Chris Jericho fought when he was doing his going through the gauntlet for MJF, because he was an old villain of his back in WCW. He showed up. Sonny Kiss showed up and debuted in Impact.
Nice,
and
very
teamed up for a little bit with Bubba Ray Dudley from the old Dudley brothers from 3D. Yep. And then also Matt Cardona, the indie god, showed up.
Nice.
And when he rolled into the ring, he got jumped right away by Bubba Ray and Sonny. And as they were doing the get the tables, people jumped them. So they were even trying to bring back some of the old, things we all love from the old days. It was fun.
So they're going all out.
Yeah, I tell you
Yeah,
what.
they're really going for it.
I
mean, especially if they get Mr. Backstage.
Well, I was gonna say, it sounds like Pink Slip Phil is in the conversation of coming to Impact. If they get Pink Slip Phil, no matter how big of an asshole he is, that will be a really big thing for TNA.
That's fun then. I would love to see them get a boost.
It'd be a big boost. That would be a huge boost. And
yeah,
because you can't, no matter what, you can't deny Pink Slip Phil's
abilities, talent, or
no. You can deny his talent.
His hairline. Can't deny that.
Aura?
No, that's not the right word either. Just
clout.
People. No, clout's fuck clout.
Yeah, it's more like pout.
Just
right,
like the ability to get people to attract an audience. Not saying that it's a good thing, a good audience, like a positive audience or a negative audience, just that no matter what he does right now, people are going to want to see what he does.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I want to see?
So it's going to bring a lot of eyes to TNA if he does come to TNA for at least, man, I would love that. Just do what AEW did. We need a little bit extra eyes on us, so we'll bring in Pink Slip Phil and then get rid of him.
And they might get Will Ospreay, which would be insane.
That would
as
be
well.
really
I
cool.
mean, think if they had those two right there. I mean, they'll be able to stop playing in the same studio over and over, or wrestling in the same studio over and over and over.
That Tony Khan would dare open up the forbidden door to work with TNA, with Pink Slip Phil possibly going against Hangman Adam Page?
I don't know about that. I think he'd be willing to open the door to finish the MJF story.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because that story has been interrupted twice.
That makes sense.
And it was clearly going to a great direction. I mean, they had MJF do a pipe bomb. Yeah. They had him, like CM Punk did. They had them go back and forth about what they were, that they were inspiration. He's the up-and-comer. And clearly he was then quoting and calling himself the devil. That's a CM Punk line. Like, they were going to have him take the title from Punk.
Yeah.
And they never got to finish that story. So it'd be kind of fun to see it happen in a different company where they wouldn't have to deal with Punk,
Yeah. Here's what I'm saying.
What?
All I want to see is them bring back the hexagon ring.
Oh, God.
Yes, absolutely.
And
they should.
I will sign up for whatever their streaming service is immediately.
If they're going back to TNA, they should bring back the hexagon ring. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that makes it unique. It makes it unique. And they if you're gonna have another wrestling product on TV, you need to have uniqueness, right? Not just Pink Slip Phil.
Oh yeah. I think that'd be great too. I guess because it makes a different element for cage matches when they do them. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, my favorite match from the Hexagon era was there was a time when Sting was the champion in TNA, and he went against Mick Foley. And it was just awesome to see those two legends fight it out and work inside the Hexagon ring. It was just a great. I know it's a very underrated match. Most people don't even know what I'm talking about. Check it out. Look it up on the internets. It's fun. And even a little side fact to know about it. They told Mick he couldn't blade for the match. Okay. They were like, nope, can't blade. So what he did was he had an injury on his head, and the second the match started and the bell rang, as an intimidation factor for Sting, he punched himself over and over until he busted it open. And then he was bleeding the whole match. And I thought that was a great little oh, I can't blade? Sure, you got it, guys. I won't blade.
No worries. Yeah, I definitely won't. No, but I think it's worth noting that there's like wrestlers that, maybe want to have a wrestling match experience of the Hexagon that didn't have that opportunity. So,
yeah, totally.
I mean, it did such good things for AJ Styles. I mean, totally. I'm all for that.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
I like it.
And then we have I wanted to mention the last thing in the other sports.
What's that?
We got a Taylor Swift tidbit, to the sport of Taylor Swift.
Oh, she's in other sports now? And she's not just...
I don't know. Do we have a sounder for her yet?
She is all sports.
I don't know. Do we?
Taylor Swift is sports.
No, we don't.
Sports.
Blind
is Taylor
refs,
Swift.
get on that. The Taylor Swift update of the week is that the Super Bowl has been trying to get her to play the halftime show.
Jesus Christ.
Real hard. And she turned them down for like the 10th time.
Nice.
She said no.
Yeah.
And even funnier, in the lead up to this, they've been, she's getting a lot of attention just going to the games. The NFL helped promote her Eras movie, her Eras Tour movie, which is a movie about her concert, and she didn't ask them to, and she didn't pay them to. They did it for free in an effort to think that they would win her over, and she said, no, thank you, after they did it anyway. That's amazing. Go T Swift.
That is queen movements there. Oh, that is amazing.
Hell yeah, she don't need them.
No.
She's probably too good for a Super Bowl halftime show.
She's playing that.
She is. What would she gain from it? She doesn't get paid. They don't pay the Super Bowl halftime show at all. $0. Check for 0.00 is written when you play the halftime show.
Yeah.
In fact, you used to have to pay
a month
for
plus
it.
benefits.
Good for her.
I mean, can you believe halftime show used to be a pay to play?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Like, that's the worst type of show to ever play. I've been on a lot of those. Fuck that shit. Fuck those promoters.
Imagine the exposure that you get.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck that. You're already a superstar if you're playing the halftime show. You know who stopped that?
Who? Prince?
Katy Perry. She said, I will not do the halftime show if I have to pay. And they said, fine. And then they haven't forced people to pay since then. But still paid them nothing.
Yeah, well.
It's stupid. They got to pay people.
Are we ready?
It's not enough. Let's do it.
Jeez. Careful. Nope, that's not the right one. Nope.
Y'all know.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah.
Memories. Look how long this... How long this is? This is a long MP3. And it just goes and goes and goes, and I have to push pause there. Isn't that wild?
Why is it so wild? Is it a hockey player?
No. So fuzzy memory
it's an
trivia
MP33 and a third.
is when I ask the Hess trivia questions, and they get points that we don't remember what the points. Oh my goodness, I forgot my note. Like seriously, this is not
so many points.
Not a bit. I bought a notebook specifically to write down season 9 notes. So can you read that?
FuzzJockRadio Season 9.
Yeah. By Fuzz, right?
That's by you.
And I have 1 episode, 2 episodes, guest lists.
And then...
Who's on the guest list? Did I make it? Can I get in for free?
Look how much of episode 3 I wrote down.
Yeah, you're going off.
Just football.
Just going off, man.
And then I forgot. And...
Had so many football takes.
I don't know what you're talking
back then.
About. This is not working out because I don't. Do you guys remember what the scores are for the fuzzy?
I know that James is in the lead. I remember
so
that.
many points.
So is it 1-0?
I hit like at least.
I think it's 3 to 4 or 3 to 5. I have 3. He has 4 or 5.
Is it? So it's like by 1 point.
Yeah.
So should we just say 1-0?
Deal.
Until one of us listens back to the episodes and figures out.
Just counts up all the. Let's do it. 1-0.
I'm not gonna do it.
Blind refs, get on it.
Oh boy.
No.
Just kidding.
Homework, guys. Listen to our own podcast. Do you know what your voice sounds like when it goes into 8-bit mode?
Well, I heard it from last week's episode.
Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Where's my memory? Okay, here we go. Ready?
It reminded me of Lux Interior from the Cramps did a radio show once, and he did the show as an alien, and so he put a vocal effect on his voice as he was hosting the radio show. Kind of made me think of that. It made me think of that in a sense. Very different, but still.
That'd be really cool if I was doing it on purpose. Right?
Yes,
which we are.
I asked the thing that everybody hates nowadays.
Yep.
Challenging sports questions. These are going to be challenging tonight.
Oh boy.
Okay.
We're going to get them all.
Who holds...
We're approved for experts.
Okay. What is the 100-meter sprint Record time.
8.2.
5.4.
9.58. Set in 2009 by Usain Bolt, and I think that's incorrect because I think somebody just beat it.
Yeah,
They just broke it. That's why it gets lower.
That question doesn't count. Which country boycotted the 1980s Summer Olympics and why?
Russia.
The USA.
The USA boycotted the 1980 Summer Olympics in Moscow due to the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979.
Yeah, and instead they held the Animal Olympics.
Animal Olympics?
Yeah, look it up. It's awesome.
Yeah, cool. Name the only tennis player to have won each Grand Slam event at least twice in singles competition.
Serena Williams.
Andre Agassi.
Rod Laver is the only player to have achieved this feat. Who was the first female gymnast to score a perfect 10 at the Olympics, and in which year did it happen?
Simone Biles, 2010.
Nadia Comaneci from Romania in 1976.
It was Simone Biles.
What year was the first Super Bowl played, and which teams competed in it?
1967, and it was the Green Bay Packers and who was the other team? I don't know. Green Bay Packers and the
Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, it was the Chiefs, damn.
Which boxer in the 20th century held the heavyweight title the longest, and how long was his reign? Joe Louis held the title for 11 years and 8 months from 1937 to 1949.
I knew that.
Damn.
Who won the FIFA World Cup in 1998? And who scored the 2 goals in the final for the winning team?
It was Argentina.
Andre Agassi.
France won, and Zinedine and Zidane scored the 2 goals for France in the final.
Yeah.
In cricket, who holds the record for the fastest century in one-day international history in how many balls?
Well, I'll say
Timothy.
Stokes in 80.
A.B. de Villiers holds the record, reaching a century in just 31 balls.
31? Jeez, that's a lot of fours.
Which female
And
athlete
sixes.
holds the world record for the women's marathon?
Katy Perry.
Bridget Kosgei from Kenya with a time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 4 seconds in 2019.
Okay.
I like these. These are good questions.
Which country has won the most medals in the Winter Olympics overall?
United States of America.
Norway.
Norway has won the most medals in the history of the Winter Olympics. And that's...
nice.
We'll call that one. We'll call it.
Oh, so did that mean he's the only one who got a point? We got 2.
Oh, I closed it. Shoot, I can't play that song again. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay.
How's it go again?
So I don't know what the score was. You guys keep track at home, please. Let us know what our scores are. FuzzJockers, that is our homework for you tonight. Blind refs, please make us a homework sound bit, because we're going to start giving homework out since school is in session. Right?
It's true.
Ooh.
Right? That's true.
I like that.
It's true. So the fuzzy memory trivia is done.
That was good.
That means that we're at the end of the episode. And usually at the end of the episode, we talk about, we've been going over for an hour.
Yeah.
Went fast.
I don't know. Did it?
Let's talk. Now we do the part where we're like, how's it going?
Yeah, how's it going, J-Miss?
How's it going?
J-Miss, how's it going?
Oh, man. I am feeling, I'm trying to get into the competitive feeling of being okay, being competitive.
About what?
Just getting competitive.
You want to be competitive?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be.
No, I think
if you want to be.
I think I want to get fueled up by the competitive fire.
Oh, you want to get some competitive fuel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You ever do that? How's it going?
Hey.
I'm not a competitive guy. I don't have any competitive bones in my body unless I'm playing the game Clue.
Yeah.
Board game Clue. I know how to win that better than anyone else.
Dude, I want to play some Clue.
I know the
with
secret.
You. Dude, I got secrets.
I don't like being competitive.
Do you know how to play Clue?
I have too much competitiveness in me that I can't be competitive because I get very angry if I don't win.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I don't have any competitiveness in me. I don't want to get angry.
It's hard,
Not
and
too
I'm
much.
usually the same. Of I just like to have fun, be relaxed more.
Right.
In sport and game.
Clue, I only do it because it's not chance. In Clue, I know how to play and win for sure, 100% guaranteed every time.
Yeah.
Well, then is it a game?
It's just doing it first.
Oh.
Is it a game then? If you know how
It's
to.
a board game.
But is it a game if you know?
It's like a Rubik's Cube to him.
Yeah,
Then. He just has the algorithm.
Yeah, it's more of an algorithm than a game.
So the secret, I'll even tell the secret to everyone. The secret to the game Clue is you decipher, you deduce what card is being shown to the other people when you don't know what it is. So if you can deduce what cards you aren't being shown, you know all the cards. So basically, you're card counting. And you do it by keeping track of what's asked and what's shown, and then you know to eventually cut them out by asking and knowing questions yourself. And then you make a little key on the side of like, it could be this, it is this, it isn't this, and you just mark them over and over until you have all the answers.
Yeah, you gotta take a lot of notes like Sudoku.
Security, we got somebody. We got somebody card counting over here. Security.
Oh no!
Hey, that's the point of Clue. You're supposed to be a detective.
Yeah,
you
gotta
deduce the cards being shown.
Just be like Batman.
No, don't be like Batman.
Don't be like Batman.
He's a
He only
detective.
fights blue collar criminals. Fuck him.
He's a detective.
Millionaire cop energy.
He's a detective.
Exactly.
Right. Be like Sherlock Holmes.
The original Batman was.
Yeah.
Detective Comics.
Now he's
They
a
called
millionaire
it-
jerk.
They named it after him, man. Detective Comics.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so C-Dubs, what are you playing Clue? I guess, right?
No, my week. Let's see. Did you want to say what you're doing this week? Is that what you're doing, James?
Oh,
The energy.
That's.
Well, the thing I was gonna get to last time, where there's a new Mario game that came out, and I got it, and I've been sitting on it because my son's been at mom's, so like I could, but man,
being a good dad,
I'm gonna wait and do it with him. So
you mean you can?
So you're saying you put a pin in it and you've been sitting on it? Does it hurt?
Yep.
You could be one of those parents that just play it and tell your kid that you didn't play it, but that's not right.
Yeah, definitely think about it. But I mean, I got plenty of other.
You got Pico 8 to play around with.
I got plenty of other things to think about, and then just play Smash Bros.
Check out
instead.
Pico 8. You know.
Yeah, Pico 8, dude, sounds.
You play a video game
cool.
from a image file, a PNG file. Is the video game. The video games are like 1 kilobyte. Well, how much was that one? 5 kilobytes?
It might have been up to like 20.
Yeah.
It was less than 30 kilobytes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
So you could fit this on a floppy disk.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What?
Yeah. You just put it on a display and play it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do.
I like that.
Pico 8. Yeah, it's really cool because
you just have
it's
picture.
a bunch of just indie developers making 8-bit games. That's what it is. It's an 8-bit game. Pico 8 is a 8-bit. It's called a imaginary console. Is that what they called it? An imaginary?
Like a virtual gun?
No, not a virtual console. It's
That's
a
different.
Imaginary console. Like it's just an 8-bit system. And it has the game editor right in it, so the console itself has it's wild.
Yeah,
so
all the tools for making the game.
And any of the games that are available from other developers, you can open up and mess with the codes. So if you don't like the color of the player's boots or something, you can change them from a different color, or you also can do all the music. 8-bit music in it.
It's really, really, really neat.
It's really awesome.
And these have moving graphics?
Oh, dude.
Look it up. Pico 8.
Okay.
Really impressive.
Not sponsored.
8-bit graphics, dude.
Yeah. Really impressive 8-bit graphics.
They should make Hugo's Haunted House on that.
PICO-8. And, well, they've been making what they call D-makes of games. So they have, like, a No Man's Sky D-make.
Oh, cool.
Where it's an 8-bit No Man's Sky game. Or,
Downgrade. That's great.
Or what was another one?
Doom.
There was a Doom
Doom's
remake.
on there.
There was, it's pretty neat. Not sponsored. Pico 8. You should check it out. Pico 8. C-Dubs, what do you got going on this week? Did I already ask you?
Oh man, I actually have a packed week. I have dinner tomorrow, and then with some new friends, and then a friend of ours is coming into town to stay with us, and we've got a Halloween party we're going to, and then we got just tons of I hope I have enough social stamina to do all the stuff that's going to go on this week.
I bet you will. I have trust in your social stamina.
Thank you.
You can do it.
I'm excited though. I wanted to bring up what's I know we'll have one more show before Halloween, but Halloween costumes, guys. We got any ideas? I got mine, so I was curious what you guys got.
Are you gonna?
Mine.
Are we gonna say? Okay. Are we gonna say it, or are we just saying that we have an idea of what it's gonna be, or is it? Is this next week?
I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it.
Oh boy. What's yours?
Say it. I'm just gonna be a Detective Pikachu.
Okay. Cool.
Love it.
Cool. And C-Dubs?
I'm going to be Louise Belcher dressed up as Ryan Gosling from the major motion picture trailer Drive.
Wow. That's amazing. I can't wait to see that. And I'm going to be...
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to support, head on over to our shop, FuzzTalkShop.com. That's FuzzTalkShop.com. Buy yourself a hoodie or t-shirt. We even have mugs and stickers. From all of us over at Fuzz Talk Radio, we appreciate your support.